that kind of thing. Secondly, you stayed in your lane. Everyone stayed in their lane. Thirdly, the way you played was great. The way you sang was beautiful because each of you now were creating music. Now, this right here, how does all of this new compare to what's typically done on Sunday, Pastor? Is there a difference?
Well, you're later, where it was just choir.
Yeah.
I mean, it's all good. I mean, it was good on Sunday, but it's different.
But it's different.
I think it's given a chance for the congregants to sing and hear themselves sing. Because I've been in places where they've got, unbelievable band members, but it's a rock concert. You can't even hear yourself sing.
Mm-hmm.
So you can't sing, you can't hear yourself sing. And the purpose of the congregants is to sing and worship.
Exactly.
So I don't know, I just think it enhances our ability.
And listen. It enhances what?
It enhances our ability to worship.
It enhances their ability to worship. Did you hear that? We're helping them worship. That's our number one job as a worship team, right? See how this stuff comes together? Josh, what was that like for you as a sound engineer? I'm asking you. Let me just say something real quick. Sorry to interrupt. Let me just say something. He is the worship team. This is not audio and media and then worship team. No, we're all in it. This is it. He's leading worship from the back. When you see him, thank him. When he does something, thank him. Defer to his knowledge. That's why he's there. Okay? Josh.
So, with the voices, when you guys just started, the reason why I had to go up there to turn your mic up because it was down a little bit is because you didn't feel about the area of the mic, lead over the top. I'm always adjusting that. It's like everybody's singing at their max all the time. So in order for it to sound good to these people, it has to be adjusted. So I just sing a difference then. So I went back up there. When you know your lane and when you come in or when you or when you it makes a difference.
So the next time when Josh comes up to say, hey, I need you to turn down your guitar, or I need you to fix the keyboard patch, or I need you to handle the mic differently, say thank you. Okay, you got it. So you got it, Josh, no problem. He knows what's best because he can hear out there that you can't. The sound that you hear is way different out there than it is here. You don't know what you sound like, so you got to trust his ears. So when he tells you, hey, one singer, you're singing too loud, it's too much, whatever that it is, or hey, Ruth, can you select a different string patch because that one's kind of flooding in, it's muddying up the guitars. He's not trying to make it personal. Never. If you always see him or any other band or singer that way, then you're just closing yourself off to the knowledge that they have to help you sound better. We're all a team. We're here to help each other to be better. It's not a competition, So show respect. Let Josh do his job. Dave do his job. Let's do this. This is very good. Y'all agree? What you learned here? And you can apply this to every song now that you do. So it doesn't have to be all the time a guitar always starts. That's not what I mean. I just did that as an example. You can have the voices start with the drums. Like if it's an upbeat, fast song, rise up and praise and whatever that it is, you can do that with just you two. Then the bass can come in. You can change it up how you want. But see, that's where you get creative. That's where it becomes fun, And if something's not working, then just break it. Don't make it happen. If it's not working, don't waste your time on it. Okay? You got to figure out what works and what doesn't. And be bold and be vulnerable enough and just go to Josh and say, hey, Josh, how'd that sound? You'll be like, oh, yeah, it's okay, but maybe can you adjust this or that? You want to serve each other. So Josh, his ability to serve you is he can come up and just say, hey, Clint, love what you're doing. Love the drums, great. But it's a little bit too much kick. Can you back off the kick just a little bit? He's got to come to you and he's got to be honest to say that if you're going to let him work with you. And the same thing, Dave is the worship leader. You got to let Dave be the leader. If he says, hey, vocals is great, but can I just have one singer sing? I just want Meredith sing, whatever that is. Let him do it. It's not personal, okay? There's a reason why things are being done that way. It helps you because now you get to orchestrate the song that you want. So I understand that, how you pick songs is great. But when you get the rehearsal, you get to change that song up. See how much fun this really is now? How much greater it can be than just, this is, I think, the missing ingredient of what you needed in your rehearsal time besides just being better prepared, okay? So I say this, before you go, you're going to read this in the book, before you go means get prepared and know your music ahead of time. Know the flow means know your music, and you know every bit about what you're doing. And then we have, before you go, know the flow, do the show. It's not a show, but I'm just making it make sense. When you show is what the word is. It's when you show. You're prepared and you're ready. So before you go, know the flow. When you show, you show up on time. If your practice is going to start 7 p.m. on Tuesday, whatever, you make sure that you show up. If you're a guitar player, you need to get things hooked in. You show up at 6:30. If you're a vocalist and you got to get your music done, you show at 6:45. Keyboard player, get everything hooked in, 6:45, whatever it takes, so that when 7 o'clock happens, it's no longer catch-up time and feel-good time and talky time. It's work time. The fellowship will always be there. Don't worry. I'm not saying don't do it, but you got to spend your time wisely, okay? So let's do this. Let's take a break and grab some food to eat, snacks, because you guys have been doing this all day. Get some water. We'll come back in 10 minutes, and we're going to finish up with some more worship leading and some vocal stuff. Okay, good? All right, great. And then let's arrange where you're going to stand, Dave, real quick.
I love singing, but I get tired. So then my voice, but I love coming in and you smile. Where I was coming in later. Yeah, it sounded so good. I like it.
There you go.
Yeah.
That's great. Cool.
It doesn't wear me out.
That's exactly the point, because singers, if you're always constantly singing every note all the time, the problem is that you get tired vocally.
Yeah.
I encourage you to do this when you, on the way to rehearsal, when you start having them, you want to warm up in the car vocally. And when you get here, you need to do some vocal exercises. So just get the keyboard, like what you've done in choir. Same thing. Just 1 through 5 on a scale starting on C, na, and then go up chromatically. Just keep doing that stuff. And yeah, and then when you're doing your songs, I was going to say too, it's in the book also, but make sure that you stay hydrated, because that's why I'm always drinking that water. The more that you talk, the drier your voice gets. So I recommend you do this on a Sunday when you got music to lead. When you do your run through, let it be okay with you guys to just, and let Dave know, let it be okay for them just to maybe sing half and half. Don't talk a lot when you get here Sunday morning, because the more you talk and the more you sing, you're going to be tired when the service starts. And if you've already felt that, then that's the reason why. If you walk away on a Sunday thinking, man, my voice is tired, that's because you've been doing all this activity prior to. And you don't want to wear out.
Study and Sunday school.
Yeah, you don't want to wear out. So just talk through the song, know where your parts are coming in. Okay, this is what I come in with harmony, it's unison, whatever. Then when it comes to service, then you start singing out. Okay. So water, water, water. I got a lot of good vocal tips in that book. Okay, it's like the 4th chapter. Okay. All right, let's take a break. Here, Cheryl. Now I saved these on your drive,
Okay.
so you'll need to. Can you open your phone? I got to save the last one on drive.
Yep. Oh, sorry.
That's okay. If I even recorded it. Let's see what this is. Oh, wow. Okay, great. It did record it. So hit select. And you're going to say that you need to plug in because your battery's going low.
Okay.
So, so you got 2 files that I want you to download on the drive. Those 2 videos. That's it.
Okay.
And then if you're able to do that tonight or tomorrow, then I'm going to give you my email address,
Okay.
my information, so that way you can get it to me.
Is it in your little?
Yeah, I think so. Let me just shoot that to you.
On this particular Tuesday practice, we're going to say, when it's in there, it's chorus verse, and this is what you're going to practice. And then on Sunday morning, I need to hear you. And then on next week, you orchestrate, okay, well, this time this song, we're going to do chorus, verse. You should want to do that. That's a dedicated person. So, we have that. They do that. Well, that's what I'm saying. Like, only because they're used to going out to a key instead of doing their own music. So, and what you just said, internal cue, because you oh, so, well, that's okay. What? When we're practicing, when we're rehearsing, get us a track of our own selves, so that the rest of us can practice and grasp and sing. That's very well. Fortunately, but yeah, I just what I said. A lot. Well, we were doing it audio only, but it got stopped. I don't know. So now it's just like everything. Every time I right. We're trying to make it a lot better. It's hard for the car. No, we don't need to use this format. I just say, yeah, this is.
I was just saying, I was just really frustrated. I was really frustrated when you were telling me, Mike, listen to my mouth right now. They can't hear me anyway. Because Serena's screaming.
You have to, this is why I said,
And she's not here, she's the one that needs to.
let's see when the because you don't have to sing all the time, loud.
Yeah.
And see, that's what y'all are doing. That's why I told you. You heard it, home music today. But see, I can hear this today, except for her. You know, this is not music. You don't have to feel it. And I can
It's rude when I go to.
right. Yeah.
And you can't, I don't know if you're gonna hear that.
Well, it's different. Just like you guys. Sometimes I think you sing with your song. And you know the words up here. If you don't, you don't. So you heard me come in sometimes and say, I can't hear you guys. It's because I can't hear you. You're not singing.
Well,
There's
I
a
mean,
reason.
practice, if you do have a practice.
Well, not if you do.
Because I have so much anxiety trying to figure out where I am, because I sing alto, I don't have music that I can read. I have chords, sheets. I don't have music, that's part of the problem. That's the main problem. If I can see my phone, then I'd be okay, but I spend a lot of time being anxious, because we don't practice.
Yeah.
Yes.
I don't think you know that at all. It's important
I do,
because
because
then
I
she
treat
can sing
it.
exactly the same part.
Yeah.
Yeah, but that's practice though. Let's practice.
Practice.
Okay, I'm not worried about it. You guys know me hard, man. You know me hard? Yeah, I think so. Y'all need to get some sorrow friends or something. I couldn't do nothing up here. I'd be like, in the name of Jesus. Yeah, everybody else gonna be doing that. I know. All the time you do for sure. You might want to make sure it's okay. Because I know Show's face. And ever since he started, it hasn't been the same show face. I know. So something is going on there. Before you can start anything, y'all need to all agree on who is what. I don't see her agree with that. And I'm an outsider. I'm not even y'all's pitch. Okay? I'm an outsider. Can I see the face? I mean, we're good now. You only see the talking from we're good now.
Oh,
We're
yeah.
talking about so you need to deal with that first.
Rich,
Why?
you wanna get up there in front? You were looking kind of shell shocked there. It's like, never gonna have to be fun. I might fall off the stage.
I'm not a fun guy, that's why.
Yeah, I know, but we gotta figure out who it is.
Well,
Zeke, something else I'm bringing up at the meeting next week. That would need some air for a little bit.
No
It's
kidding.
hot. What?
It is really hot on the stage.
Yeah, we used to put the box fans on either side.
now I got a couple ones that aren't that loud. God, yeah.
It's even cooler down, right down there.
Yeah.
Spots down there.
Oh, is it my chair?
It is.
However.
However, someday.
Someday.
Yeah, someday you'll be a worship team leader, right, Josh? And
No.
you stand up there and you'll do your soul dance.
No.
Wiggle and you'll
I've
wiggle.
never been with a team
And you wiggle. Do your wiggle. Do your wiggle.
leader.
No, I really want to work with you, but I was so frustrated that day.
Yeah.
And I'm still kind of frustrated right now
Hey, you should
about
be.
that situation. The situation with Mike.
Oh.
And if you can't
Okay.
really,
You don't understand. It ain't all your fault. I can't think because it works in
yeah.
That's, I got two choices. Either middle or come down. Okay, well, if I turn it down, I can hear you. Now when it's time for them to come up, I have to remember, oh, I have to turn it back up. And that's too much. You know
So
what I'm
we
saying?
really need to get it together.
You know what you need? You need to get rid of these ones and have one area of one. So
That
that way,
sounds
when
like
the
a
person
great
leads the
idea.
song, they step up to lead.
Idea, because we have so many people come in and go, right? Yeah. I mean, I frankly have never sung with a mic in my life until now.
I mean, even like the cantata, you have two area mics, one on each side. And if it's a song that requires somebody to lead, they step down and go.
Well, the cantata is the way to do it. I mean, we did the extra practice and all the actors.
This is just how things work. Yeah, you gotta have some dedication.
Well, I'm glad I say because maybe it'll come together.
It's only gonna come together. It's only gonna come together. If the memory is
And Ruth can't pray. She's gonna sing. She sings opera. She's not a harmony one. She doesn't sing that. Somebody has to sing it with the lead role in the harmony. Cheryl.
he wouldn't call Cheryl to lead the worship team leader. That's why I said we need to figure out. I told them we're gonna use Cheryl. I'm the face. That's not the place I know.
I'd do it, but I can't sing that. We'd have to bring it down. I've only done this my whole life. But on a mic, not in front of people.
A lot of things too. Saying I was looking at Rich. We both read and reading. So
Oh, I know.
I'm loving this.
Oh, yeah, we're gonna have a good
This
one.
is gonna be.
Wow, wow. So you're gonna do what color? The black robes and the green?
Really great. I don't know if you know. He's making money. Out for it.
You should have a big sale.
You can do anything. I don't know. And I'll tell you, I don't. We're doing about 35 people. So it's about the same. Well, it's 35 people, but you're going to do about 7 people. And by that, that's about.
Oh, next weekend. On Saturday. Come by. 2 o'clock. I'm gonna. Holy, these boys coming. You know how that goes, right? you showed me, it's like, that was me, and you probably drive them around too. And it's toys I'm getting with them. Sell those cars, man. Sell those cars. Raise some money doing that.
I don't have a problem with money, I can do that.
I would suggest you guys could have a discussion. Well, why didn't they got someone there? What? I probably should have said that.
Yeah.
It's your money. It's money.
I know, 'cause I got one that